If you ever thought about launching a podcast, you're in the right place because I'm about to tell you why right now, yes, right now is the best time to launch your business podcast. Welcome back to Mic'd Up. I'm your host, Mike DiCioccio, and today we're diving into a topic that can absolutely change the trajectory of your business and your brand in 2026 and beyond. If you ever thought about launching a podcast, you're in the right place because I'm about to tell you why right now, yes, right now is the best time to launch your business podcast. So why is right now that time? Why not wait until the new year when everything calms down? Everybody says, right? When everyone's refreshed. I'll tell you why. Because timing is everything. We're in Q4 right now, the final lap of the year. So when most people are wrapping up projects, reflecting on what worked and maybe what didn't work, they're mapping out goals for the new year. But here's the truth that most entrepreneurs miss. They wait way too long. They think, I'll start planning it in January, or I'll kick off my podcast after the holidays. But what actually happens is life happens. January hits, projects pile up, and before they know it, it's March. If you're serious about launching something meaningful, something strategic, you've got to flip that script. Don't start planning it in January. You want to launch it in January. Let that sink in. Because here's the thing. Launching a podcast isn't something you just throw together overnight. Sure, you actually can technically plug in a mic and hit that record button, but let's think about it. Anything worthwhile or worth doing, it takes intention. It takes planning. It takes strategy. You don't just throw it together. So you want your podcast to represent your brand, your values, your voice. That all takes time to brainstorm your show name, nail down your episode format, line up your first few topics and also your guests, and record with confidence. So if you start now in October or November when you're watching this, you'll have everything lined up and ready to go by the time everyone else is just talking about their New Year's goals. You'll be miles ahead of them. And think about this. When January hits, the world's going to get noisy. Everyone's shouting out their resolutions and their new year, new me energy, their rebrands. But while they're filling up their tanks, you're already on the racetrack. They're listening to your podcast on the way to the gym. They're hearing your voice on their commute to the office. And you've already positioned yourself then as a thought leader while everyone else is still trying to find their footing. Let's be real for a second. The holidays are coming. No way you're going to stop that. People are starting to mentally check out. Meetings slow down. Guests are tougher to book during that time. This right now, October, November, this is your window. Use this time right now to get a few episodes in the can. Outline your first 3 to 5 episodes, record them, have them ready to go. And at any given time, it's a good rule to have at least 2 to 3 episodes in the can. So you have that buffer, like you never have to panic or release episodes. You have it all scheduled out. By doing that, you're not only actually properly preparing, but you're creating momentum. And that's what separates the dreamers from the action takers. So when January rolls around, you're not stressed about recording. You're already promoting. You got social media clips ready to go. You're building excitement, building community, and stepping confidently into the new year. Here's another reason why now is perfect. Because the energy of the new year, like people are going to be in growth mindset in January. They're inspired. They're motivated. They want to learn, level up, and invest in themselves. So by launching your podcast right at the start of that wave, you're catching that momentum at the perfect time. Your podcast becomes part of that fresh start energy that people crave. You're offering value, insights, inspiration exactly when your audience is going to be most receptive. That's not only timing, that's strategy. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Mike, this all sounds great, but launching a podcast feels very overwhelming. And you're right, because there's a lot of moving parts: planning, recording, editing, branding, publishing, marketing, and that's all before you even think about distribution, guest sourcing, booking, the whole deal, right? Reviewing analytics. That's why I started producing podcasts at Social Chameleon over 6 years ago, to take that weight off your shoulders. We specialize in helping entrepreneurs and businesses create professional, impactful podcasts without the stress of figuring it out all by yourself. If you've listened to the show before, you probably heard me say this in the ad break. You press record and we handle the rest. That's not only a great slogan, that's exactly what we do. We help you with show planning and the format, right? Your strategy, brand and design, recording and editing, publishing and promotion, your social media content, and also the management, and guest sourcing and booking. So our mission is so simple: to make podcasting easy, effective, and have that ROI mindset as well. So you can focus on being the voice of your brand, sharing your message, and connecting with your audience. Let's not forget one of the most powerful and often overlooked benefits of hosting your podcast: relationships. When you connect with the right guest, you're not only creating great content, you're building real relationships. Every episode is a conversation with another leader, an entrepreneur, or a potential referral partner who can actually open the doors for your business. Think about it. How often do you sit down for 45 minutes with a CEO, an industry expert, or a decision maker and have that genuine, value-driven conversation? A podcast is going to give you that access. It's really networking at scale. You get someone to open up, share their story, talk about their business, and be real with you. That's super valuable. Now, they're going to know, like, and trust you a lot more after that conversation. Your guests are going to become collaborators, advocates, and in many cases, clients. And as you consistently share those conversations, you build credibility, expand your network, and attract like-minded professionals who want to do business with, guess who? You. So when it's done right, your podcast isn't only a marketing tool, it's a relationship engine that creates long-term ROI through trust, visibility, and connection. So now look, this episode was not supposed to be an infomercial. My goal today was actually to light that fire inside you to help you see the opportunity that's right in front of you. Because if you've been thinking about launching a podcast, this is your sign. Don't wait until that perfect time. Because guess what? You know it already. Perfect time does not exist. Start right now. And if you're serious about doing it, you want to create something with impact, I'd love to personally help you. Here at Social Chameleon, we want to connect with you. We want to help you. So all the details for Social Chameleon, the way to connect with me, that's in the show notes. And if you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description for you as well. Let's make 2026 the year that your voice gets heard, your business hits record-breaking revenue goals, and your purpose shines brighter than ever. And hey, if this episode helped you get those gears turning, think about it, and actually you're going to start taking action, share this with someone who's been talking about launching a podcast as well. Maybe it's a friend, a client, that CMO who keeps sitting on an idea over and over and over that you want to help nudge them and say, hey, now's the time to do it. Share this episode with that person. You never know how far that share might go. And if you've been enjoying the 260 plus amazing guests I've had on Mic'd Up as much as I have, hit that subscribe button, and I promise to keep bringing you great stories and inspiration to help you level up every single week. You guys know what to do. Be great, be grateful, God bless, and go Bills.